Hi everyone, welcome. This is Roxanne with you today, and I just want to thank you guys for subscribing. Those new subscribers out there, I see you and we just appreciate you so much. All right, so today I want to talk to you guys about love and relationships, and I want to specifically speak to you about the topic of ghosting. All right, so have you ever heard of the term ghosting? All right, so for persons who have been ghosted, it's really someone in a relationship with someone else, and that person who is the ghost, just like the term ghost means, that person is going to just disappear from that relationship without any form of explanation or warning. So they're just going to cut ties. They're just going to go. They're running away from the relationship. And that person who is experiencing the ghosting, they're clueless. You know, it happens very suddenly. And a lot of persons have been experiencing ghosting, especially when it comes down to online dating. There are many persons who really express that, hey, they have experienced some form of ghosting, right? So no one really knows exactly what's going on sometimes with the ghost. There are some reasonable explanations, but for the most part, somebody who has been ghosted, they will feel the effect of it. Just like in the stages of grief and loss, and this could actually come under this the topic of grief and loss as well, because being ghosted, it really is sudden. It's a sudden loss because you're actually in a relationship with someone, and they suddenly they're just suddenly gone, and you do feel some of the stages of grief and loss. You feel that sense of denial, you know, that sense of, you know, feeling as if, you know, this didn't really happen, or, you know, feeling as if I really wish I'll do anything to get at this relationship. I was really connecting with this person, whether they were a friendship, this was a friendship I really wanted, or this was a relationship that I felt like this was it, this was Mr. Right, or this was Mrs. Right. And so being ghosted, you do experience some of the stages of grief and loss. So guys, I know it is a tough one, especially for persons who have been ghosted. You know, it's not fun. It's not fun in games. We do have some warning signs, you know, of what the ghost might do or what the ghost looks like. There are some warning signs of ghosting. All right, for one, if somebody is ghosting you, they're gonna cut most of the communication. You're not gonna, you know, really see a lot of messages anymore. Something is gonna shift where communication is concerned. You're just gonna, it's not gonna be the same for you and that person who is getting ready to cut, right? So limited amounts of text messages or calls, you know, something has shifted with the communication. So that's a warning sign. There's something going on, right? And you know, another thing that happens, another warning sign is that a ghost will not want to give you too much information about themselves. So if you're going to be asking somebody who's pretty much getting ready to ghost, where exactly do you live on 4th Avenue? Do you live at the corner of wherever? The ghost will not want to say that, right? So a ghost will not want to share all of that personal information with you because they're getting ready to cut. So you know, you might be wondering, hey, they're not sharing, you know, some things that I really need to know. And that could also definitely be a warning sign for you that this person is not ready to commit to a friendship or even a relationship, right? So that's another warning sign. Also, you'll find that somebody who is getting ready to ghost, they will also, you know, they're not gonna stick or commit to plans. So they might, you know, constantly decide that, hey, I'm busy, you know, working tonight, so I can't make it anymore. Or, you know, there's something coming up every now and then in their family or wherever. So you'll find that the plans have, you know, they're not following through with plans to go out or to spend quality time with you. So those are some warning signs of somebody who's gonna actually take off. All right, so, and other things would mean also they're gonna disappear from your social media as well. You know, you can't make contact with them, and not as before. It's not going to be as frequent, and eventually they're just gonna disappear. Sometimes people are trying to figure out, like, you know, what did I do? What did I do to deserve being ghosted? All right, so this is why I want to really touch on some of the psychological effects of being ghosted. Because what comes naturally with someone who has experienced ghosting is that you're going to feel a lot of shame. It's kind of devaluing, really, to feel that someone just kind of takes off from a relationship with you without giving any form of reasoning or explanation that they're going to leave. And it will cause you to feel that sense of shame. All right, guilt comes with ghosting too, you know, feeling very guilty, you know, feeling very just a sense of low worth, low self-worth or self-esteem can be shattered just because you've been ghosted. You know, there's definitely fear of getting into any form of commitment or relationships after someone has ghosted you, because there is just like that you know, that thought that this might, you know, happen again. So there are a lot of psychological effects of being ghosted. And, you know, and sometimes, you know, it's good to, you know, kind of think things through. Some helpful tips for someone who has experienced ghosting. And I must empathize with you if you have gone through this experience. It's not very nice. And a lot of persons, again, who have gone through online dating, they're expressing this has happened to them so many times, and it's difficult. And I think with online dating, it's, you know, less accountability, so people are more likely to take off without warning, and you know, it doesn't give them the right to do that at all, right? So, but, you know, just to be wary of it, things that can likely happen. So, you know, we touched on some of the signs. So here are some helpful tips now for those who have experienced ghosting. So first of all, if you have been ghosted, please be open and honest with what has happened to you. I know it can feel very humiliating, because for you know, some persons, they're excited about a friendship or a relationship. So they're, you know, they're telling their friends, they're telling their family, hey, I've met Tom, he's really nice, he is cool, we're talking a lot, you know, in the nights, or you know, I met this person, she's great, we've been going out a lot, it's fun, I feel a connect. And before you know it, and you're ghosted. It is humiliating. You don't want those persons who they're so excited for you as family and as friends. You know, you don't want them to really know, like, hey, I was ghosted. All right, so you know, if they're your family and, you know, they're your true friends, you know, it's okay to talk to them, let them know, be open and honest. Just share how you feel, your emotions. Because they could definitely validate your worth. They could let you know, hey, you're an amazing person, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're charming. You know, even if this ghost, you know, takes off, you could actually connect with someone else, and the ghost is perhaps gonna continue to ghost. So, you know, you need somebody who will be stable in your life. So you do, it's good to just kind of be open and honest with your emotions, how you're feeling. And remember, you're sometimes going through this period of denial, and sometimes bargaining, sometimes feeling angry. You know, the stages of grief are definitely evident with this experience of ghosting, but you could identify what you're going through, say it out loud to people, and if you have to log it, write it too. You know, get your journaling down, you know, write your thoughts out in the night once you've gone through this particular experience of being ghosted. And another helpful thing that you could actually do if you have experienced ghosting, It's good to also just kind of get your thoughts together, write things out too about the reasons it's good for the ghost to go. You know, obviously, if someone has ghosted you, there could be a lot of this emotional immaturity, because a ghost, you know, they don't have what it takes to tell you to sit down, to have a conversation with you, the maturity to explain the reasons they're not comfortable with you or in the relationship. So the likelihood is, when you have serious issues that pop up in your life, if that person was still there, they're going to take right off. So it's best or better for you to come to terms with that, right? And tell yourself, write it out. The reasons why this ghost was, you know, it was better for this ghost to actually go and not stick around. If they don't have the capability to handle me in this, you know, early part of stage of the relationship, when the serious issues, and we know we do have some pretty serious issues in life, and you need strong, supportive people in your life who will be there for you, right? You're deserving of that, right? So, you know, tell yourself, write it out, the reasons why this goes better go. All right. So, that's something to help you through it. You know, you're processing with somebody else, you trust them now, but you're also, looking at the reasons why this ghost has to go. Another thing that you could also do that's very, very helpful, if you've been ghosted, remember now, and you know, I would never say that it's not hurtful or painful to experience ghosting, you know, because again, it's, you know, it's quite dehumanizing just to feel like, oh, you know, somebody just takes off without warning in a relationship or any form of explanation. All right, so so one of the things that you have to do is make sure that, you know, you go through the process where you're healed, and you're also doing your, you know, self-care. So you're unpacking, but you're also pouring into yourself. What are you pouring into your cup, right? So you know, be kind and be very gracious to yourself. Make sure that you're using words of, you know, comfort, and, you know, just kind of speaking about your strength, your abilities, and being around persons too who do that for you, you know, while you're unpacking the negative things that happened or has happened to you. You're also replenishing, you're also allowing others to pour into you. You do have supportive people out there who will, you know, strengthen you in these moments where you're ghosted. They'll tell you, hey, you're a shiner, you're gonna, you know, you're gonna make it through, you're beautiful, you're a great guy, you're a great girl, you know, you will definitely connect with other people who are worthy of your love, and you're, you know, you're special, you're, you know, they will pour into you. So that's something that you want to be able to do, you know, while you're going through that period of grief and loss. Just do the unpacking, but also allow others to pour into you, and you also pour into yourself, right? So be compassionate and speak kindly to yourself. Don't say, you know, like, what's wrong with me? I must be something's off with me. Why did this person ghost me? Like, there's something, you know, it has to be me. No, it does not have to be you. Sometimes a ghost will always be a ghost, right? So they're gonna disappear in all different settings, right? So it's not anything having to do with you. Sometimes they just don't have the emotional maturity to handle a relationship. They're also not able to maturely say what's going on that they're not comfortable with. They're not able to do that. So, you know, a ghost is going to be doing that all the time. So it's best for you to just kind of come to terms with that and allowing yourself to slowly accept that. And another thing that you want to do too, when you've come to that place of acceptance, you've healed a lot, unpacked, and be able to process that, you want to make sure that you're open to connect again. Yeah, do that. Allow yourself to connect. Sometimes it's very shocking, it's eye-opening as well, just to experience that. But it gives you a level of experience. You know, you've walked through a difficult situation but you're now going into whether it's dating or seeking solid friendships or other relationships, you're able now to see, like, you know, what are some things that I need to really look for, and you are now able to see, like, hey, these are some warning signs in a situation where I could likely be ghosted. You're now able to also see some red flags in a relationship. So there's some experience that you would have gained from just a difficult and horrible experience as well, and it can actually help you to make it through the difficulty of being ghosted. All right, so this is going to be a wrap. Just please, if you have been ghosted, don't give up on relationships, don't give up on life. Okay, you will find someone who will connect and who will see you for who you really are, you know. So I just want to thank you guys for watching today, and please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. All right, this is a wrap. See you soon.